Hello students, welcome back into the another session of CS07 data structure using programming in C. Lastly, we have started with the first type of linked list, that is single linked list, in which we have cleared the theoretical session related to the single linked list. That what is single linked list? First we have defined the definition of linked list, then we have discussed about the various operation of linked list like insertion at first position, insertion at the last position, insertion at specific position, and so on. Even we have discussed about the various types of deletion like insertion, deletion from the first position, deletion from the last position, deletion of specific position, deletion based on location, and various traversal. In this chapter, we have to discuss three types of linked list, that is single linked list, double linked list, and circular linked list. Apart from that, single linked list is very important for university examination point of view. So take it seriously. Now it's time to go for the discussion of a logical step which demonstrate that how can we implement a single linked list. So as you can see onto the screen, this program consists of various types of logical implementation of single linked list, where in this program something new you will find comparative to the all previous programs. First two lines are very basic line, that is the initialization of basic library functions. Then one new library function I have included in this particular program, that is alloc.h. Now alloc.h, we have a knowledge about alloc.h, that this particular function is used to allocate memory dynamically. That means dynamic memory allocation can be done using this particular library function. So whenever there is a concept of dynamic memory allocation is there, there should be an inclusion of pointer. So pointer as well as dynamic memory allocation is the new thing in this particular program. So I have included alloc.h. Then there is a string.h. Why I have included string.h? If you remember, in the execution of my program, I am accepting the student's name from the operator. So that name should be in string format. So that's why I have included string.h. Then there is a one structure creation. It's a node. So the name of node is student. It's a one type of structure which have two different types of data. Number one is roll number and number two is name. Name maximum I can insert as per the program's directives are there. 10 characters I can add as a name. Then that structure is renamed as a, that means student structure is renamed as a pointer next, which points to the next node. If you remember, into the linked list, first node is referencing to the second node is referencing to the third node, and so on. So for referencing the next node, there is a pointer variable called next, that is a pointer variable. Then two more variables I have declared over here, that is start and node, both are pointers. So node is the next node and start is the indication of linked list, that linked list starts from this particular node, or in short we can say that whenever we stores reference as a start, then that particular node is considered to be the first node. Then that particular student structure is identified as a stud in UDF. So various UDF, that means function prototype is declared over here, like every function is without return, so I have declared as a void. Then the name of first function is create, for creating the linked list. Into the create, argument I am passing, so the function prototype automatically comes in front is function with argument without return value. So as a argument I am passing the name of structure and the reference of next node. Then for traversing, or you can say the next function is display, even we are passing the node. Then third is insert underscore beginning. This particular function works for inserting the new node at the first position, same argument. Now just look at to this argument, all these arguments are common in this particular program. So this insert at beginning is used for inserting the new node at the first position. This function is used to insert new node at the last position. This particular function is used to insert the node at particular location based on node number. This particular function is used to insert new node based on information, that is called as data. And various deletion operation like delete the first node, delete the last node, delete the node number, delete the node based on information. And this function we are not going to discuss, that is called as short underscore single, that is for sorting the numbers. So let's remove this particular line from this entire code. Now after that, if you remember, then whenever I have executed this particular program, it shows a one menu onto the screen. So this is the time to design that particular menu. For designing that particular menu, that menu is a choice based menu. So by default here I have taken choice is equals to 1. That means if you doesn't enter any choice and press enter, automatically it selects the option number 1, that is called as create. Now that menu repeats till we have not entered 12. So for that, this particular while loop will work, where it checks that choice should be greater than equals to 1 and choice should be less than equals to 11. Don't consider this 10th because we have already removed that particular line from the entire code. Let's remove this from menu also. You can consider this 11 as a 10 and this 12 as a 11. And even if you kept the same thing over here, then no problem at all. Then there is a designing of menu. First option is create, second option is insert at beginning, third option is insert at end, fourth option is insert at specific location, fifth option is insert based on information, delete first node, delete last node, delete node number, delete based on information, display and exit. Now whatever the choice you enters over here, according to that particular switch statement select the case. That means as per the user's choice it select the case. Suppose user has entered 1, then case number 1 is selected. Whenever the case number 1 is selected, it displays create selected first, then we have to press enter. Once we press enter, this is something new. What it does, it creates a blank node inside the memory. Again I am repeating my word, this selected line of code will create a blank node into the memory. It's just like a rectangle into the memory. So the line is start is equals to student pointer malloc size of student. So this size of and malloc both are the function, and in that function I have passed the name of my structure, that is student. So what happens, for roll number and name, whatever the space is required inside the memory is going to be calculated over here, and based on that it creates a simple blank node and assigns as a start, because whenever I select create, the first node becomes the starting node. So that starting node should be passed into the UDF that is called as create. That means I am passing the start into the UDF called create, and that UDF and its function prototype is already declared over here. So this function is going to be called, which is called as create. So let's directly go into the create function. So what happens inside the create function? This is the create function. Inside the create function, that node is referenced as a first node, and one message came onto the screen. That message is want to enter more or not. Suppose I press Y, then this while loop is executed and roll number and name asked from the user. That means roll number store inside the data part of the node, as well as name is also stored inside the data part of the node. If I press Y, then what happens? It points to the next node. That means next blank node is created and first node gives reference to the last node. But suppose over here in this message, suppose I press N, that means no, I don't want to create one more nodes. First node is the last node. Then into the reference part of the first node, automatically it stores what? Null. That means first node becomes the last node. So this next is the reference and these are the data. So these are the differences between these two. This procedure repeats till till will not pass N. Suppose I repeat this particular function for 5 times, then what happens? First node is reference to the second node is reference to the third node is reference to the fourth node, and suppose at fifth node I press N, then into the address part of fifth node it stores null. So in my single linked list, total number of 5 nodes are created. So in this way create function works. Now program continues. Suppose I select insert at beginning. So what happens? Case number 2 is called. Case number 2 pass the starting point of the single linked list into the function called insert underscore beginning. Insert underscore beginning function calls. Insert underscore beginning function is very short. What happens into this? First, one blank node is created. That blank node is considered as a new node. In that particular new node, first we have to store roll number, then we have to store name. Now what we have to do? As this new node should be the first node, so we have to shift the starting position of old node into the new node. So I am writing new node next is equals to start. That means what happened? The start stores into the newly created node which is going to be inserted at the first position, and that linked list should be started from that particular new node. So I have written start is equals to new node. So what happens? I have 5 nodes. Instead of that, now 6 nodes are there, and the newest node is not added as a 6th node, but it is added as a first node, and the already first node becomes the second node, and the 5th node becomes the 6th node. So for that, this logical line of code is written, that is called as insert at beginning. Same like that, program continues. Suppose I select option number 3, which is called as insert underscore end. Case number 3 is selected. Case number 3 indicates the user that insert end selected. Insert underscore end function called, where again the starting of linked list is passed. Once the function call is done, that means insert underscore end function is called. All the lines are similar, like insert underscore beginning. That means new node is created, then we have to enter the roll number, then we have to enter the name. But instead of referencing it to the next node, first we have to find where the null is, because as per as the theory of single linked list is concerned, whenever we finds the null, that particular node is considered to be the last node. So we are searching for the null. So for the same, there is a while loop. That particular while loop travels to the entire linked list and it searches for the null value. Obviously, into the fifth node, it founds the null. Whenever it founds the null, this particular loop terminates, and whatever the new node is inserted in that new node and its reference part, it stores null. So old last node is replaced with the new last node, and into the reference part of new node, null is going to be stored. So it is called as a insertion at the last point. So this function works in that particular way. Then again program continues. Suppose we are selecting insert at specific location, then option number 4 is there. For option number 4, case number 4 is there. It shows that insert at specific location is selected. Insert underscore location function is called. Function redirected to that particular insert underscore location. Insert underscore location is again a one procedure where we are inserting the new node. So everything is same, but some logical changes are there. Like first, there are 3 variable declarations are there. That is node underscore number, count is equals to 1, node underscore count is equals to 1. Why we are declaring these 3 variables? Because for performing this operation number 4, insert at specific location, first we have to count how many numbers of nodes are there. Then we have to search for the specific node number, and then we can insert the new node before or after that particular node. So for that, these variable declarations are there into the insert underscore location. Then 2 more variables are reference to that particular function, that is pointer extra and comma pointer new one. This is for creating the new node. Now as I have already told you that first we have to count the number of node into the linked list. So for that, this particular while loop will work. This selected line of code will count how many number of nodes are there. You can see over here there is a count plus plus that counts the number of node. Now, so as per our situation, how many nodes are there? Total number of nodes are 6. So the value of this count at the end is 6. So this program knows that I have to insert new node in between the range of 1 to 6. Now once it does, it asks user to enter after which you want to insert the node. So my program works for inserting the new node after the specific location which has been given by the user. So here I have to give a one node number which is the location. Say for example I am giving the third. So after third, new node will be inserted with the help of this particular program. So once I enter this 3, again one decision making statement is there which check whatever the request generated by the user is within the range of linked list or not. That means I have total 6 node. Suppose by mistake I have given the location number 8, then what happens? That range is out, that particular node is out of range. I have to give in between the 1 and 6 only. But here I have given 3. So this condition becomes false and program goes into the else statement. Into the else statement, first it will check that whether the user has entered 1 or not. No doubt I have entered 3, but suppose I have entered 1, then automatically it becomes insert at beginning. That function will be called over here and it add new node at the first position. See, this program is 99.9% dynamic. It automatically check that whether the user enters the such type of choice which is suitable for inserting at beginning or insert at end. Say for example, suppose this condition is false for our 3. Then again it checks for this second condition. What happens in second condition? If node number becomes to the total count, that means by mistake suppose or intentionally suppose here I have inserted 6 and total 6 number of nodes are there, then automatically it becomes that insert underscore add, that means it will add new node at the last position. But as far as my choice is concerned, this if and this else if both becomes false. Program goes into the else. Into the else I have written a one while loop which checks for the every reference number, and that means it will compare all the node number. Whenever my entered node number comes into the prescribed node number, first is compared with 3, condition becomes false, this condition becomes false, while loop will repeat. 2 is going to be compared with 3, condition becomes false, while loop will be repeated. Node number 3 will be there, this condition becomes true because 3 is equals to 3. So new node is created, and for that new node roll number and name is going to be accepted. That particular new node makes a connection with next node and program terminates. But before the termination of program, to make a sequence number, this particular line of code called node underscore count plus plus will work, which counts that now how many number of nodes are there. So instead of 6, total 7 nodes are there, and program returns with 7, that now in linked list total there are 7 nodes. Then the next one is insert based on information. Almost these two operations are same, everything is same. Option number for this is 5, so case number 5 is called insert based on information selected will be displayed onto the screen. Insert underscore information function will be called. So insert underscore information function will be called from over here, where new node is created, then it will ask for the roll number after which you want to insert. So this is the difference. What the difference is? In previous it asked for the location, and in this asks for the roll number. So the roll number is data and location is my reference. So this is the difference. So here I have to insert one roll number. So once I enter the roll number, that roll number should be founded. Once that roll number is founded, new node is created, and into that particular new node roll number and name is inserted, and then that particular new node makes the connection between the new node and the next node, and the message came onto the screen is new node is inserted. So once I insert that particular node, now how many number of nodes are there in my linked list? Total number of nodes in my linked list is 8. So that 8 will be written by this selected line of code. But unfortunately, suppose here I have inserted such type of roll number which is not there into the any data part of the linked list, then this particular decision making statement becomes false. Found returns as a 0, and it displays that sorry, targeted roll number does not found. That means you have entered such type of data which is not already present into the single linked list, and the insertion of specific node based on information is not possible. So this was all about an insert. Now, as per the menu, deletion starts. So choice number 6 is delete first node. Case number 6 is selected, delete first node. delete underscore first node UDF is called. Starting of the entire linked list is passed, and delete underscore first function is called. In that particular node number is passed. If entered node is not founded, then it shows that list is empty. That means linked list is empty and still we are trying to delete something from that entire linked list. Then it obviously displays list is empty. Otherwise, the first node with roll number delete from the entire list, this message will be displayed. That means this roll number is going to be deleted from the first position, and start is shifted into the next node. That means first node and its starting position is shifted into the next node, and next node reference number becomes as a start. So there should be no relation between the first node and second node. Now by passing the reference of that first node into the free function, memory is going to be released and that particular node is deleted from the linked list. So what happens? We have 8 nodes. The first node is separated from the linked list and it is deleted from the linked list. Now the second node becomes the first node. In the reference part of the second node there is a start, and now total number of nodes available in my single linked list is 7 because 1 is deleted. So this is delete underscore first. Same like that, we can go for delete underscore we can go for option number 7, that is delete last node. For that, option number 7 is there. Option number 7 calls the function called delete underscore last. Delete underscore last, first of all founds the last node. So for that there is a decision making statement called while that founds the last node. In that particular last node we have already stored null, it is shifted into the previous node. So previous next is equals to null. Total we have 7 nodes, 7 is the last node. In 7th node as a reference we have stored null, that is going to be shifted into the 6th node, and into the 6th node in its reference part 7 null is going to be stored. So 7th is gets separated from the entire bunch of linked list, and then by passing the reference of 6 into the free function, last node get deleted. So how many number of nodes are there now into the single linked list? Total number of nodes are 6. So this is called as delete underscore last. Same like that, the next option is delete based on information, delete based on node number. For that, option number 8 is there. That particular option calls the function delete underscore node underscore number. Delete underscore node underscore number function founds the particular node number, same like inserting. In insertion we have first search for that particular node number, right? So same like that, into the deletion even we have to search for that particular node number. So that particular node number is searched through this particular while loop. But if that node number is out of range, then it displays node number is out of range. If this condition is false, that means that particular node is available. Then else statement is work. Previous is equals to node, while node number is equals to 1, automatically deletes the first. Total number of count is same, then obviously it deletes the last node. But this condition is false, that means I have entered such type of information that is not a first node and a last node, third node is there. Then first of all it releases the previous connection and even it releases the next connection, and then it will delete the node. So how many nodes are there now in my linked list? Total number of nodes are 5. So last, it displays node is deleted and it displays the node number. Same like that, option number 9 is for deleting the node number based on information. For that, case number 9 is there, function is delete underscore information. Delete underscore information function is called, where it will search for the particular roll number. If that roll number is out of range, then it displays that node number is not found. But if this condition is true, then it returns that found is equals to 1. That means that roll number is founded. It frees that particular node and makes the connection between the first and next link. So now, how many number of nodes are there into the linked list? 4. So whenever I select display, that is my choice number 11, display selected. What it displays? Total 4 node is going to be displayed onto the screen. So how traversing will work? Let's see. In display, first is count. If count becomes 0, then it displays that nothing is going to be displayed. Otherwise, else condition will be repeated. For all node, one by one count will be increased, and every node number with its roll number and name is going to be displayed onto the screen. After printing the information of first node, this while loop will display the information of second node. Then it displays the information of third node. Then it displays the information of fourth node. In fourth node, in a reference, it founds null. So this while loop repeats terminate, and total 4 nodes are displayed onto the screen. So in this way, the entire single linked list will work. I request all the students to write this particular program for the journal purpose. So for that, first write down the definition. Write a program to implement single linked list. Let's make it simple. Write a program to implement single linked list. Write down this selected line of code first. Just pause your video and write down this selected line of code. Write everything properly in your journal. As this is the recorded lecture, you can pause it. I will move ahead. Again pause the video and write down this selected line of code. Again pause the video and write down this selected line of code. That means up to the case number 3, write down the line of codes. Again pause the video and write down up to 6. Again pause the video, write down 7, 8, 9. Again pause the video. Here I have to make a one change. I have to remove this thing, and I have to paste the option of this 11 into the 10. Case number 11 will be only break, because this is exit. So now write down case number 10 and 11. Pause the video and complete the void main statement. Okay. Again pause the video and write down this create function for creating the linked list. Again pause the video Write down this insert at beginning. Again pause the video and write down this insert underscore end. Again pause the video and insert underscore location. Write down up to this selected line. Again pause the video and write down the remaining lines. Fine. Again pause the video and write down this insert underscore information function up to this closing bracket. Fine. Again pause the video and write down the remaining line of code. Fine. Now go for delete underscore first. Then go for delete underscore last. Then go for delete underscore node number up to this closing bracket. Then write down the remaining line of code. Then go for delete underscore information up to this closing bracket. Again pause the video and complete the remaining part. No need to write this sorting, so let me remove this. Write down about the display. I hope all of you have written this particular code. I know, I understand, it is really very difficult to have an idea about all these logical terminologies. By discussing virtually, we need to be together for solving the doubts, but we have no other option right now for this. Just listen every words very carefully. Repeat this particular video at least for the 2 times in a day. Surely everything will be digested and the concept of single linked list will be easy for all of you. So now in our next lecture, we will go for double linked list. Option of single linked list is cleared over here. Now we are going to discuss about double linked list in our next lecture. So till that, thank you very much students for listening me and have a nice day.